Hi guys. I have no idea if you could see me. If you can, let me just mute everybody's. Sorry, I'm working on learning this. Okay. If you could see me, I would love if you could just write in the box, just a chat right in there that you can see me or hear me would be great too. No idea if you could see me. If you can, let me just mute everybody's. Sorry, I'm working on learning. Okay, sorry about that. So if you can see, okay, you can't see me. Let's see how I can make this work. I really do apologize for this. I am trying to figure it all out. Let's see, screen share, capture. We might be doing this just speaking to each other. That as broadcast a large video that I see. This is really weird. Let me see. Let me see. Sorry again, you guys. Let me see what to do here. It says my camera's on, and it's really weird that it's not. All right. This might be a voice thing. I really do apologize that you may not be able to see me. Oh wait, maybe this will make it work. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Any faces? Anybody? Chats. See if I can see the chat. You see the profile pic. Okay. I do not know how to do this. Settings, FaceTime, HD camera. Says it's set. Let me see. I don't know why it's not working. All right, I'm just going to talk, and you're not going to be able to see me. I'm sorry. I really do apologize. So we're just going to speak, and you can imagine what I look like. And it's not great because we had a very long day today with my kids out and about being crazy. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to give you my background on how I got into all this and how I became a coach. I'm going to try and keep that really short because I know it's not the most important part, but I think some people can relate and understand that I did come from a background that necessarily would seem like a good fit. So I signed up for to be a discount coach. So it was in December of 2012 when my husband and I were buying a bunch of super expensive products from Beachbody for Christmas for ourselves and for our family. And when we were doing the research on purchasing them and looking for any possible way to get discounts, the only way that we found possible to get a discount was to become a coach. So my husband told me I basically have no choice whatsoever and I have to become a coach to get this discount. So, and to quit, the next day or whenever I felt that I wanted to quit, to just go ahead and do it. So I already knew somebody that was in, the beach, that did the Beachbody thing. So I just reached out to her and told her, I'm signing up as a coach, but I'm just doing it for the discount. So don't, just so you know, and I'm going to quit. We got the products, we started doing them, and as everybody does in their life, we were already, on social media, didn't have like a following or anything, obviously, just like every other person out there, their regular family and friends were in the network. And the programs that we bought that were expensive was called the Ultimate Reset. So it's basically a detox program where you have to prepare a lot of specific foods and use supplements for 21 days. Now, where I was at that time, preparing foods like this was like a big deal, and it took over my whole world because it wasn't something I was used to doing. So being in in the house, in the like in the kitchen all day, chopping and cleaning dishes and whatever, was like a big deal and a huge learning experience for me. So it was something that I talked about on social media just naturally as we talk about our day, whatever we're doing. So I was sharing my regular, experiences with the reset, and I was like amazed that tons and tons of people reached out to me about wanting to do it and if I can help them. And being that I just went through the 21 days and I had really good results, I was more than happy to help everybody, and anybody that needed it. So I started coaching that way, which was like a total unintentional thing. And the only reason I never canceled my coach account in the first place was that I just forgot. So that's what happened with that. I didn't take this business seriously at all. I just kind of did it like if somebody reached out to me, I would, be happy to help them, but I didn't make it a business. I didn't focus on it. I didn't do, I didn't put too much time into it at all. So before that, and during this time, I had a Mommy and Me fitness franchise that was called Stroller Strides at the time. And I had 2 babies, 18 months apart, both C-sections. And I was doing this franchise. And this kind of coaching thing came up on the side, and it was fine, but my focus was my franchise. Time had gone by. I remember I started to feel like I wasn't really putting my all into either of my businesses. And my thought was, and this was, the only way I thought about it at all was that I will focus on my business, my real business, because this Beachbody thing is like this fake little, free almost, like little to no investment side like gig. But I have my real franchise that I spent thousands of dollars to buy, and it was this big investment. So in my head, obviously you're going to focus on the bigger investment. So I remember the day I went to tell my husband that I was going to quit Beachbody and just put like all of my focus into my franchise. And my husband is a super like businessman and just thinks of things in a different way than I did. And he said to me, and I remember this day like so clearly because it really wound up being a day that changed my life tremendously, was when he said to me, before you quit, I really think that this whole Beachbody thing is a really amazing opportunity to be able to help a lot more people than you have access to with your franchise. And it was so weird because it was the first time that I thought of it rather than thinking of it based on just my investment, but thought of it more based on the potential and the opportunity. And once my mind shifted to that, it was so clear that it made so much more sense to focus on this business and not my franchise, which had such a small market. I literally could only help moms that were walking distance, that stayed at home, that only had one kid whose nap schedule worked with when my classes were. I mean, it was like really small. So And I was trying to figure out ways to help moms that had gone back to work or that had moved or had their second kid and couldn't come to class with a baby. So this kind of like fit in so many ways, and like a light bulb went off. So that was exactly a year after I signed up to be a coach, kind of like accidentally. And I decided at that moment when we had that conversation that I was going to put my full everything into this new business opportunity. And that was going to start that next month in January, so now that would be January of 2014. That's when I was going to focus fully on what this was and see what could happen if I really tried to make this thing work and help as many people as possible with this. So in doing that, I also had to commit to a program fully, because if I'm going to be really 100% honest during this call, which I am, let me just say that I did not believe that 30-minute workouts at home could ever work. And during that first year, I would put a DVD in here and there, but I absolutely never followed a program like to a T at all. Never, ever did. I never would think that replacing my 10-mile runs and CrossFit, kickboxing hour classes, and yoga or hot yoga for an hour and a half, that was what I was doing every day. So I felt like these half-hour DVDs could never, ever, ever really get someone in shape. That was my mindset. So when I decided I was going to really do this, I also decided that I'm going to follow one of these programs fully 100% to a T without putting in supplemental workouts outside of the house and see what can happen. So I started that. That was actually right when P90X3 was coming out. So I decided P90X3, these half-hour workouts, at home, fully, commit to it. 90 days. So I reached out to people. We got a lot of people that were interested, and we all decided we were going to really give this a try and do it together. And let me just say that 60 days later, I took my progress pics, which is what you're supposed to do. And when I put the pictures side by side, I was completely and totally blown away and speechless that these programs could do this, and so much more effectively and so much faster than all of those workouts I was doing before, in combination with what I thought was clean eating or with Weight Watchers or anything else I had tried that had not gotten me to my goal after my second child. And I did these at-home workouts, and more than I think anyone else could have been shocked, I shocked myself. That moment then, I wanted to scream from the mountaintops that this is actually really works. It's real. These people that you see on TV and these pictures that before and after pictures and testimonials, they're real. They're real people, and it really works, and it's really true. Like, you only need these 30 minutes a day. So I was determined to let people know that they had to do this. Like, what are you doing spending all this money in a gym? Like, what are you doing? And I was one of those people. I literally had a membership to CrossFit that was, multiple hundreds a month. I had a different membership to yoga that was also about 100 a month. I had a membership to kickboxing that was 100 a month. I was spending so much money on gym memberships. It was insane. And not only that, I was also like fighting with my husband constantly because I had to get to these classes every day. And if he came home late and I had to miss a class, I was mad the entire night. And obviously that's not reasonable. If he's working and he had to come home late, but I couldn't help it. So once I started committing to these programs and doing my workouts at home, it helped my sanity because I was able to do it when I was home with my kids. While they were napping, I would take the monitor and do these little half-hour workouts. While they were, eating breakfast, they would watch me do the workouts. It was so doable, so we didn't fight about it. I saved all that money I was spending on my gym memberships, and I actually got better results. So that was a really, aha moment for me, and a time that I knew I had to share this with anybody that would listen and anybody that was looking for a solution, especially, anybody that's really short on time, or moms. Right? Those were the ones I could relate to the most. People that, had put on weight from pregnancy and felt not like themselves and needed help. And this was just awesome. And the challenge group that I was in, where we worked together to do P90X3, every person in there got incredible results. And we all really became close friends and helped each other and rooted each other on and helped everyone when they struggled and shared recipes. And just, it was like an amazing experience that I knew I had to continue. And only could have wished to make it what it is now back then. So that, I guess, is like a little short version of how I went from, starting out with no intention of being a coach to when it kind of became like a serious business for me. So I guess now the best thing is to talk about the coaching opportunity and what it is and what it entails, and really what, how I can answer questions that I hear most from everybody that I speak to that's wanting to know about becoming a coach. So I thought the best way to do that would be to just run through the most common questions and give the answers to them all. And, obviously you guys can just pop into the chat on the side here of the group chat anytime with questions also, and obviously I'm totally an open book and happy to answer everything. So the first question I get most common is, what does it cost to sign up as a coach? So The short answer is it costs $39 to sign up as a coach. That's the fee. And there is about a $15 monthly business operating cost that you will also pay. So if you sign up with a challenge pack, meaning you buy a program and Shakeology, that $39 fee is waived. So all you have is the $15 fee monthly. Now, that also, when you become a coach, you get 25% off of everything you buy Beachbody. So what that means is even with that $15 a month fee, you still save about $20 a month on your shakes. So even if you order nothing else ever and you just are drinking shakes every month, it still saves you to become a coach, and it still makes sense to do that. And you know, like for me, I buy tons of things. I buy new programs all the time. I buy energy and endurance formula that I drink before my workouts. I use their skincare line. So that discount goes a long way, can go a long way. The next question, do you have to drink Shakeology to become a coach? The answer is no, you do not have to. But like I said, when my business really took off, it was when I was a product of the product, meaning I used the products the way they were supposed to be used and saw how incredible they actually worked, and was like, a walking billboard for Beachbody. So if you're not using the products, you really can't be a coach. So yes, if there's a reason that you can't drink Shakeology for however it could be, we can work around that. But if you're going to be a coach in our team and in our apprenticeship training coming up, I do require everybody to at least try Shakeology and a program together so that they can be a product of the product. Do I have to be a health or fitness professional? Absolutely 100% no, you do not. You do not have to have a six-pack. You do not have to be in your whatever your vision is of a perfect body. You just have to be you, and you have to help people succeed. That's what it's all about. There are, millions of people out there that their profession is health and, nutrition, fitness related. That's not what we're here for. That's not what people are coming to you for. They're coming to you because you're a regular person. You're a mom, you're a dad, you're a teacher, you're a whatever you are, and you're able to do it. It's not your whole life. It's part of your life, and you're still able to succeed with it. And that's what people want from you. They want to know how you're able to manage all this stuff and you're still able to be successful. And, Beachbody puts all the money and all the research behind creating these incredible programs. So we have access to all that to share with people, and all we have to do is help them stick with it and give them the tips and tricks that helped us. So, I mean, what better job is there than to help people be successful and feel great and get healthy, right? And in the meantime, be able to help your family financially. It's pretty amazing. I don't want to sell to family and friends is a big one you hear a lot from people that are interested in coaching. And Beachbody should not be, it is not in my team, and it shouldn't be like a selly, hard, pushy, product thing. All it is sharing your experiences and sharing products that helped you and trying to help people that need it. You're not trying to be a salesman. That's not what it's about. It's just about sharing products that work, that really, when you do them, you naturally share. It just becomes like an organic thing that you talk about because you're so happy about how it changed your own life. So it just becomes really super easy to, share it with people and talk about it with people. And really, if you go through your own transformation during this process, it comes up naturally with everybody you talk to. Will be like, whoa, what are you doing? You look amazing. So it becomes a pretty easy thing to get brought up in conversation. So I wouldn't be afraid of that. Another thing that people are often scared of is that they don't have a big enough network on social media. When I started, I had no network on social media, just, close friends and family. I was super private, like most people were back then, or maybe they still are, I don't even know. But I definitely didn't have a network of people that, I thought would follow me or want these things. It happens, we teach you the right ways to grow your network, and I think I could comfortably say that all of the coaches that started, you know, with a very small following, and it has grown. People want to see these, you know, these healthy journeys. People want to be surrounded by positive people and be motivated and inspired. So you'll get followers and you'll get people. So don't be afraid of that. Let me just say that the apprenticeship that we have put together on Team Inspire, which is the team you would be joining if you decided to join in our coach group, is amazing. We are genuinely like family. We've worked really, really hard together to create amazing trainings and scripts and tons of tools that every coach that joins us has access to. So from, you know, I had started now 2.5 years ago, and I, you know, have gone through tons of trainings with corporate and gone through tons of different, you know, ups and downs and experiences along the way, and have compounded everything into a really easy, neat little 1-month training that I call our apprenticeship. So when there are new coaches, they get put into this group, and it helps them really, really break it down into one step at a time, and it's super, super supportive. And I, you know, have a lot of one-on-one time with everybody and help everybody with any questions they have along the way. And it basically just speeds up the process of becoming a successful coach. And I can tell you, I wish that I went through this process when I started, because I do think it would have saved me at least a year of time in my learning curve. So I do think that these kind of trainings are really, really valuable for people that want to do well in this business. And I'm not saying that it's super easy, and you're definitely not going to be an overnight success. It takes work and time, but it will happen quicker. And if you want it to happen and you put in the time and the work, we have the tools to definitely, definitely, definitely get you there. I can also say that in these 2.5 years, I am making way more money than I did when I worked in corporate America full time. I make well, you know, into the 6-figure income bracket, and it is truly beyond something I could have even dreamed as possible. And I still feel like it's too good to be true all the time, because it's like I am living beyond a dream right now, because my whole life is just about keeping myself really happy and healthy and working with others to do the same. And it's just surrounding yourself in such a positive place every day of your life is just really super amazing and awesome and incredible. And Team Inspire is such an awesome team to join. We are all truly like family, and we are here to help each other. When people have questions, they get answered immediately. And, you know, like I said, the tools are out there, and they're really, really helpful. I just can't say enough about the team and about all of the practices and such that we have created in these past 2 years. So if anybody has any questions that I might not have answered, I think if you type in the chat, I will try. As you can tell, I need some practice on this. In the past, I haven't used this this method of doing any calls, and so this is my first, and obviously I need to work on it. Anyway, let me just see. I'm going to type in the chat box. If you guys can see it, I hope you can. Someone could type something if you can see it. And again, if you have questions about anything, let me know. I know there are people that invited, you know, that may not have a direct connection to me, but whoever invited you here, you know, reach out to them if you think this is a good fit. For the next apprenticeship training that I have personally starting, it's going to be on July 6th. And I'm accepting 5 new people into that program. So if you feel like you want to be one of those people and you're ready to really invest in yourself and this business, I am so happy to help you. And I can honestly say that if you give it your all, you will be a success in this. I really believe that. So you can reach out to me with questions. You can reach out to whoever sent you here with questions. And if you're ready to join us, we are so psyched to have you. So it looks like nobody has any more questions, because I do not see anything in the chat popping up, which is perfectly okay. I'm sorry you can't see me, sort of, but I'm also kind of happy you can't because I look like a maniac because I was at the aquarium and at Coney Island and all over the world today and had a rough one. So again, reach out with any questions, reach out with, anything at all. If you have hesitations, if you want to know more, if you want to join, just let us know and we will be happy to guide you on that. Thank you guys so much for being here and listening, and I hope that I get to hear more about you. Hold on, I'll go from 16 to 7 on joining. You've just really this. Okay, sorry, this is somebody else. Okay. Anyway, have a really good night, you guys. I'm really, really, really happy that you're here and listening, and I hope to get to know you guys. Have a good night.